Hi guys, konnichiwa, we're back, and let's pick up where we left off. What we did last time was that we analyzed the Japanese language. We found out that there are three different writing systems that are used simultaneously and can be used simultaneously in one word, which makes it more challenging to learn. I don't want to say difficult because it's not difficult, it's just challenging, and I love a good challenge. Basically, what I did is that I started with Hiragana because it is the most basic Japanese writing system. And knowing Hiragana, you can start reading very basic Japanese books. And Katakana is the second writing system. I haven't started with that, but I did a little bit of research. And Katakana is used to introduce new words to Japanese. So words that come from English, such, for example, this is just some information I found online. If you want to say t-shirt in Japanese, you say tishatsu. It might not sound the same, but you know why? Because in Japanese, there are no consonants like there are in English. So there are no T, the letter T. It has to be followed by a vowel. It's just part of the alphabet. So, for example, K doesn't exist. It's ka or ku or ke. You get where I'm going with this. So what I did was that I started learning my vowels, and there are 5 main vowels: a, I, e, u, and o. These are the 5 basic vowels. I learned how to write them, I learned how to read them, and I even figured out there are some words you can make out with only vowels, such as ai means love in Japanese, and there are 2 vowels. It's the a and the I. And it's amazing. As you can see, I bought myself a notebook and a pen. You guys, it is so important to read and to write and write and write and write and write, because it is going to help you internalize everything that you're learning, especially when it comes to stroke. In Japanese, you need to learn the order of the stroke because it's going to help you later down the line. Let me show you guys. I started out like that. I put myself some notes. So for example, the vowel a is pronounced like a in the word car. I is in like the word eel. U is like Uber. E is like egg or exotic. And o is like oh my god. Oh. So yes, I am very happy. I started learning how to pronounce them, and then I started learning how to write them. I've been having problem with the A, but let's do a quick revision without cheating and see if I can actually write them right now without cheating, without looking at any notes, without doing anything. And let's go. So we start off with our first vowel, which is the A. And there we go. And that is actually the best A that I have written so far. And we have the I, which is like that. This is I, E, which is like eel. That was hard to memorize. I will show you now. It was a bit complicated, and if you look at it carefully, it looks like an exotic bird. So you have to find out some stuff that is going to help you memorize what you're writing. So always relate the image or the alphabet to an image. Sorry, I meant always relate the alphabet to an image. So it's going to help you internalize. Then comes the O. The O is very similar to the A. There's just like a slight difference, and you will see what I mean now. So this is the O, okay? As you can see, it is very similar to the A. Just a slight difference. You will learn them really fast. It took me a while to learn them, but that was because I had to do some stuff, and I'm taking my time. I'm in no rush. I'm not in Japan. I'm doing this as a hobby, but I am gonna make it. And our last vowel is U, like Uber, which is like that. Very simple. I did something wrong here, and I'm gonna admit to my mistake. I need to memorize the vowels in order, and I did that, but let me just check just to make sure. It's A, E, I, U, O. So yeah, I just got the last two not in order. At the beginning, it's not really important to get them in order as much as it's important to learn them. So if, let's say we want to write down the word love, it's going to be I, which is like that, and like that. So this is love. So there we go. This is so amazing, guys. You have no idea how proud I am. I've really come a long way. Even though it's just 5 letters, but I feel more motivated because I feel like if I've learned these 5 letters, I can recognize them if I see them in Japanese script. I can write them. I'm comfortable with them now. Comfortable with the pronunciation. I am so every time I read more about the Japanese language, I'm very intrigued by it. The land of the rising sun, the culture, the people. I've looked up some videos about Japan on YouTube, and everything is amazing. I'm gonna admit, even though it is a big part of the culture, anime and manga, I am not a big fan. I know you guys are gonna hate me for saying this, especially people who are learning Japanese. Most probably are gonna be into manga. It's not really my thing. However, I decided to give it a shot because I think watching TV kind of not only helps you learn the language, but helps you learn the culture, because there's a lot of culture that is going to be shown to you in movies or in cartoons or in anime, media and art and music and television and all those stuff. They really integrate the culture in them, and I know that because when I started learning Spanish, I figured that out, and Arabic and English and stuff like that. You guys, you probably already know this. Anyway, there are a lot of Japanese resources to the point where you can spend days and days, if not weeks, just searching for the right resources. So I'm gonna tell you what really helped me memorize these. There is an amazing application called Ja Sensei, which basically has so many things. It has kanji, vocabulary, numbers, verbs, grammar, but we're not going to look at that now because we don't want to overwhelm ourselves. What I did was that the first thing is kana, and it basically gives you the hiragana alphabet table, and you start learning. Start with the vowels, guys. If you want my advice, start with the vowels. If you open each alphabet, it shows you the stroke order. It teaches you how to write it. It teaches you how to pronounce it. So it's a really, really good application, and I would really recommend it to start learning your alphabet. Japanese Pod 101, they have amazing videos, and the girl that teaches is a native Japanese speaker, and so you can get a really good pronunciation. It's not like an automated computer sound. So mix and match, find what you really like. These are what worked for me. Let me tell you something. I know this blog is about learning Japanese, but any language you want to learn, all techniques can be integrated into whatever language. I'm learning one of the hardest, if not the hardest language to learn in the world. You might ask why it's hard or why it's harder than Chinese, because Chinese grammar more or less is similar to English. They have one writing system. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty positive that they have one writing system, the Mandarin, which is the kanji. Kanji in Japanese is actually from Chinese. So you can see Japanese has a lot of like mixed cultures in it, which even makes it more exciting. I cannot wait to start learning kanji because the letters, the alphabet looks so cool. There's over like 20,000 kanji. You do not need to memorize all of them. There are different methods to help you learn them. We still didn't get there, so we're going to talk about that later. What else? That's it. I have really been enjoying this. Thank you guys for watching the video, checking out the blog. I'm gonna leave some tips on a blog post right now, right below the video. I really want to be able to help you implement my techniques into whatever language you want to learn. Learning a new language is super beneficial. It's not only healthy for your brain, but it's also I don't know how to say this, but it just makes you grow as a person. It opens up your mind. You become more educated. Culture starts making more sense to you. You begin to appreciate much more than you already do, and you begin to experience a side of you that you never knew you had. There is an argument online that most people say is that I'm too old to start learning a language now, or learning a language is easier when you're a baby. However, that's not true, because if you look at it, when you're born, you can't really speak, and it takes you about 3 years just to start saying basic words, and you won't even pronounce them right, and then you start learning the language all the way through school. So it takes about 10 years to learn a very simple language. However, you can see people who become fluent in Japanese or in Spanish or whatever in a year's time. I don't want to say fluent, but they're on a very, very understandable level, and they can get around comfortably, they can write, they can speak. So it's the opposite. Now you have the capability to write down your own techniques. You have a brain that is much more mature for you to be able to think and find out what works for you. No one is better than anyone at learning a language. It's just how much effort you put into it, and how much time you need, and how much you want to learn. How motivated are you to learn this language, whether it's Japanese, whether it's Chinese, whether it's Greek, whether it's Italian. You have to find that inner motivation and start learning, and start right away, because learning really starts from day one. Even if you learn one letter a day or one word a day, you will be speaking, you will know something, you will be ahead of where you were yesterday. So guys, stay motivated, stay on the right track, and feel free to contact me. I've learned Spanish in about a year's time. No tengo ningún problema en hablar español. Puedo expresarme bien, puedo conversarme bien. What I just said is that I don't have a problem speaking Spanish. I've only been speaking for a year, and it wasn't as hard as I imagined it to be, really. So I'm hoping it's the same case with Japanese. I will keep you updated, and